has been the forte of this Mike Thompson trainee.
I didn't, but that's a good record at the distance. Some horses prefer other distances. Obviously, this one likes the 6 furlongs. I question him at this level. An 0-for-6 record here locally. Maybe a pace scenario could be his best friend here. I also have, hard time gauging the Belterra when horses win at Belterra and then they come here. But from a pace standpoint, you talked about Honky Tonk Highway. You talk about Top Gun Tommy. You also mentioned 5-0 somewhere. There's a little bit of pace. This horse maybe gets a good trip, but boy, at 29-1, I'm going to have to let him beat me, that's for sure.
If you want to make a case for Hocus, I think you look at May 18th, July 11th, second start off of that break, that long break, and he improved. You're going to have some big improvement, but 0-for-2 on the slop doesn't seem to be the best for Hocus, but that was a tough effort last out to sort of assume the bounce back. So Hocus, deservingly longest price on the board. Honky Tonk Highway, trained by Brett Calhoun. He's a City of Light 4-year-old, coming in here fresh. In the end, it boiled down to me that all the wins have come in Louisiana. I was going to wait to play Honky Tonk Highway back at Fairgrounds.
He's compromised with his inside post, too. You would think drawing the rail, he's kind of going to be forced to have to go early. How's he going to be able to sit a trip? If he could ever repeat that effort from late November at Fairgrounds where he's sitting close and finishing, that gives him his best chance, but that was somewhat with a more advantageous post than he has today.
Now 7-1, I do think we're getting into fair price zone. 8-1 or higher for me on Honky Tonk Highway. I think it is fair value. Third best of 215 for him on November 1st. Sharp work coming into this race. Does that give you confidence? Did we go too much that day? Here we are, good spacing, I guess, if you could talk about spacing since the work to now. But that was a very sharp work. I just wonder if it took a little bit out of him.
That's tough for me to gauge. What's today? So today's the 12th, so he's had ample recovery.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So he's had 11 days since that quick work, an inside post. We haven't seen him since late June. Everything that I kind of think about horse racing, my brain, at least from a race calling standpoint, I'd be like, okay, he's probably going to be aggressively put into play early. That's,
But I think he'll be bet aggressively at the end.
What's that?
I bet he'll be bet aggressively. I wouldn't be surprised to see late money come on the 1.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. So I would love to see 8-1, but I think that we might be looking more at 4-1, 7-2 on the 1. I interrupted you. What were you going to say? One last thought.
No. I think just basically my pace scenarios. I've had a little more trouble of late mapping out proper pace scenarios. It used to be something I prided myself on early on in my handicapping career. I think the last few years it's getting more and more difficult sometimes. All of a sudden, you get a lot more unexpected pace scenarios. There was that one good example last week with that Pulgarcito, I believe. I didn't see that horse showing any type of pace like that. So, but I would have to assume, boom, he's going to go from the starting gate.
I got to think so, too. Pace could heat up. 4 minutes to race 1. Early pick 5. I'm going to take a swing on the 7 in here. That's the type of price I'm hoping for. Scotty's on edge. Tony Kalo getting lifted in this one with Top Gun Tommy, 5-0 somewhere. Who else did he use? Honky Tonk Highway?
145 to start this early
145 to start this early pick 5. All right. Thanks for joining us here at Churchill. We've got a lot in store for you. Let's make some money. 3 minutes to race 1.
Post time in a minute. And the horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time. Waiting for 5 somewhere. Gilded Ruler and Scotty's on Edge. They're in the gate, and they're off. Honky Tonk Highway broke in stride, but Top Gun Tommy quickly comes on to grab the lead, and 5 Somewhere's away with him, and these two are the quick ones up the backstretch. Scotty's on Edge comes on from the far outside to grab third, putting Honky Tonk Highway back into fourth. Gilded Ruler fifth and Hocus in sixth as they head down the backstretch. 5 Somewhere comes up alongside of Top Gun Tommy, and the two of them knock heads to the far turn together. Their quarter was 22-2. Scotty's on Edge in pursuit 3 wide with 3 furlongs to go. And then Honky Tonk Highway saving ground fourth while inside. Gilded Ruler comes under a ride in fifth, and Hocus is at the back in sixth. They're off the turn. 5 Somewhere up for a short lead. Top Gun Tommy is set down for the drive, but 5 Somewhere has taken over the lead. Opens up length and a half. Top Gun Tommy back into second. Honky Tonk Highway comes off the rail. Gilded Ruler fourth. Final 16th, and 5 Somewhere is getting away. And 5 Somewhere wins it by 2.5. Honky Tonk Highway photos with Top Gun Tommy for second and third, and Gilded Ruler was fourth. Number 5, 5 Somewhere was first. Number 1, Honky Tonk Highway second. Number 4, Top Gun Tommy third. And number 6, Gilded Ruler finished fourth. Not official. Number 550 Somewhere's a 4 years on a Munnings from Viva Sheila by Tis Now. Owned by Starry Night Racing and Richard Newman, trained by Ken Sweezy. The 50 Somewhere bred in Kentucky by Britland Stables. Time for the race, 110.55. In the second race today,